Good morning, stamping friends. How is everyone doing this week? Did you have a good week? We are doing great here. Everybody's healthy, and it's getting hot here in Arizona, so we're spending a little more time in the pool, but all's well. I have my little creative cave here that I like to come in, just stamp the days away. I love a little bit more downtime that I don't normally have, so I'm just enjoying this time and this season that we're in. Oh, I have so much to share with you today. First of all, I wanted to ask if everyone has a catalog and if you're enjoying it. So let me know in the comment section what your favorite stamp set or bundle is. And you can only choose one. So I'd just like to see. I'll post mine as well. All right, so I'm gonna switch my camera around and get ready to share with you all. Sorry about this awkward part of the production. I am gonna share a make and take at the end, but I just wanna show you a couple other things. Oop, let me zoom in a little bit. And I always put my host code up here in case you see anything you like. I'm super excited about the response I've had so far on my class to go. I'm going to just quickly show you the cards again in case you're joining for the first time and haven't seen them. So I'm doing 5 make and takes, plus you can get product with it, and I will post the link again so I don't have to explain it all in real detail. But I want to show you the cards that you will get to make with this, plus more. This is a little kind of like a gifty flower type card that has cellophane around the flowers, so that's kind of fun and different. The next one is, I love this bumblebee color. These are all new in colors that the cardstock is on. A lot of people have asked me, how did I get those little dots around there? Actually, those are pre-printed on the card, so it's not a stamp that does that, it's just pre-printed. So it's just kind of nice because it frames whatever you put in there automatically. So that's that one. This one is on a clear jar, and the name of the stamp set is Jars of Flowers. There's the blue one. This one's called Misty Moonlight, that color. This is Cinnamon Cider. I think this was probably the favorite of everyone based on the likes and things. These are real sunflowers in there. There's not a pocket to get the sunflowers out. It's really just for effect. Someone asked me that if you can get the sunflowers out, but it doesn't take very many to put in there. And then it's just kind of a shaker card. So that one's fun. And then the last one, it's a little window frame. And then I just showed that you don't always have to use the jar with this. I just put it into a window box. So if you order this, you will get, the window cut out and stuff. So, and then quickly, this is what the class to go looks like. These are the 5 make and takes. And then these are all the options. There's the works, and you can read through that, everything that you'll get. Option B is just removes the stamp set. Maybe you already have that, but you want just some of the little embellishment things that come with it. Or there's always option C, that's just the PDF, and then I can just email that to you right away. I also have an optional add-on of itty bitty birthday wishes, because that stamp set called Jars of Flowers does not have any sentiments on it, which is fine. We have plenty of offerings for sentimental or sentiment stamp sets, but I used itty bitty birthday wishes. All right, then I also wanted to mention that we have a special going on for if you sign up to be a demonstrator. And I printed this off because look at all the options there are for the different bundles that you can get for free. They are adding any bundle that's in the new catalog as a bonus. And this does not happen very often with Stampin' Up! Because normally, we get the new catalog and that's incentive enough to, purchase some new things. But with this added incentive, it really is a great deal. Look at the different values on these. Oh my goodness. So the deal is it's $99 for the starter kit. You get free shipping on that. You pick $125 of any products in the new catalog, and then you get to pick any one of these as a bonus. So it's really, really a great deal. So I hope you'll consider this. It's just a great way to, you know, be a part of the community of We Stampers that I have here, and also to be able to buy all your products at a discount. And it starts at 20% and it goes up from there. So please let me know if you're interested, and I would love to get you started on my team. All right, today for our make and take, I'm going to do something a little bit different. This time I'm going to create it as we go, and I'm not going to show you the card first, and then you'll see what I come up with. I also want to tell you that some of you might be confused about how I do my classes, because I have a few going at the same time. If you do my class to go, which is the jar of flowers, this one is going to show up usually around the 1st of the month, and this is a, like it says, class to go. There's going to be product with it. So this is like a totally different category than the other classes I do. This is just a class to go, not local here, just it's all online. Now my other options are I do a creative view, and this is every month, and basically it's like my local stamp club. However, if you're online, you can do this as well. All you have to do is put an order in that's over $35, and you will get the 3 projects that I have designed each month. And so just make sure you get it in by the 10th. So June 10th is the deadline. We always do 3 projects. And if you order online, I will send you the kits for the 3 cards or projects that we make. If you're local here, you'll just be at my house. We're kind of not quite into full-time here with the curfew we have and with COVID, so it's by choice this month if you want to come and stamp and go and assemble at home, or you can just get the kit to go. But if you're online, anything you order, $35 or more, you will get the same projects that we work on here. So I just wanted to differentiate between the two. If you order after the deadlines, like say you ordered June 15th and the deadline was the 10th, then that order would roll into July. So it doesn't matter when you order in the month, but if you order by the 10th of the month, you'll get the month that we're currently in. But if you order after the 10th, it'll roll over to the next month. I want to be able to thank you for ordering from me. So that's my way of doing that. You get the free kits to go. And also remember for that, you do need to use the host code though. And so those are the 2 criteria, $35 or more, and then using the host code. However, if you have a pretty good size order over $150, then just use the host, don't use the host code. You just reap the benefits of the host benefits. All right, I want to show you the stamp set and bundle that we're using for June. It's called, the paper is called Forever Greenery, and I made this little chart. Isn't that just gorgeous? All the different papers. I love, love, love that Stampin' Up! Is using kind of their feature, which is the greenery, but then on the opposite side, they have more basic patterns. So they don't necessarily have to go with these. They definitely do, because look at all the colors that they use. Every color in here is found in these. But if you want to mix and match and maybe not make it, you know, such a greenery type, you can surely use some of these other prints. And then the stamp set is called Forever Fern, and oh, this one is just really, really pretty. It wasn't the first set that I had on my list, but the more I looked at it, and of course Pinterest sometimes changes our mind when people get creative on there, and so that's when I thought I really need to have this. And I want to show you the dies too, because you get 14 dies in this set, and you know, these almost stand alone, except for these that kind of follow the images, but all these that that you cut out, they really don't even need to go with the stamp set, and you'll see by some of the examples that I'm going to show you, or actually the make and take. So let's get started, and I want to tell you that the one that I'm going to show you today is included in the Creative View pack. So if you order, this is actually one of the cards that you will receive. If you are one of my Stamp Club members watching this video, well, here's your sneak preview. This is one that's included in the kit. So if you come to my house or if you get the kit, this is one of the cards that you will be doing. All right, I think we're ready to get going. The first thing you are gonna need though is a piece of paper below where you're working, because we're gonna have glue and things going on here, and I don't want it to stick to your table that you're working on. So for starters, we're gonna start with very vanilla. I'm more of a Whisper White type of girl, and I did this on white, but then I did the same card on vanilla, and I really preferred the vanilla, so that's why we're doing that. It's 11 inches by 4 1/4. And then all you do is score in half on the long side at 5 1/2. So I already did that, and you're just gonna fold that in half. Now, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is take the jar punch, and yes, even though we're using the Forever Fern stamp set, I'm gonna mix it up. And I wanted to use the jar stamp because I am promoting my Jars of Flowers class to go. So I kind of combined the two. And I already punched them for you, but this is such a cute punch, isn't it? You're gonna wanna cut out 8 of these little jars, all in very vanilla. Which, by the way, in the card base, when I do a single layer like that, I like to use the thick cardstock. But for these, just go ahead and use, you know, just the regular thickness. And let's see, I have such a big scrap bin of very vanilla, so I had to actually get a bigger bin. I usually put them in file folders, like the extra paper that's cut, and it's just too fat. My file folder was falling apart, so I just put it in a separate bin, and I'm always happy to use up some of those scraps because it's just growing. All right, then the next thing I want to show you is we are going to make our own background with this. You don't always have to stamp or use DSP. And so what we're going to start doing is just put glue with, oops, I need to get my little pin out, because as you know, this multi-purpose liquid glue sometimes gets a little bit stuck here, but it just takes the push of a little pin to get it going again. I usually just leave my pin in, but I've been stamping this morning, so I left it off. All right, so we're just gonna start gluing these little jars right on top, and we're just gonna go randomly. And let's see, you wanna make them not too tight, but not too loose as far as how close they should be to each other. We're just gonna surround this whole thing like this. Let's maybe cockeyed a little bit. And this is really kind of a tone on tone, or I don't know what you wanna call it, but you can see probably by a lot of my designs that I'm more of like a tone on tone person, and I like the subtleness of this. No rhyme or reason here, just try to make them kind of fit like a puzzle, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And let me slide these over, so, because I see I'm already getting glue on. That's why we put the glue on the underneath side. All right, let's keep going here. Make them upside down, sideways, right side up, vertical, horizontal. And like I said, you need about 8. I've made a few of these, and each time I think, do they need more than 8? And they don't. I'll show you why. Some of them we're gonna trim off and reuse. Let's see. Put another one here. You see this cool background? That's totally gonna coordinate with this card. And let's see, let's try one here. Almost done. Now I'm gonna put one more little one there, but what I'm gonna do is trim it off. So take your paper snips and lift that card up, and now you probably guessed it, we're just gonna start trimming away all this excess. It's gonna kind of goop up my scissors a little bit because I'm not waiting till it dries. If you wait till it dries, it won't do that to your scissors, but that's why. I should have maybe done one beforehand, but I wanted to see, or to show you exactly how I'm setting them down. Now this one I glued all over because this is the one I'm going to use in one more spot. Let's see, I wanted to put one more tiny one down here. Let's go like that. Okay, and trim that one off. That way I saved you one jar. Otherwise you would have had to cut one more for that little spot. All right, this is taking a little bit of time, but I'm almost done. And then once it's all trimmed up, you're gonna see what a pretty background it is. It's very subtle, but I love coordinating things. So because we're using that, whoops, one more. Because we're using that jar stamp, it's just cool how it ties it in. But white on white makes it not as busy because, you know, some of these prints are pretty busy. You might wanna kind of do some simple stamping with the busyness. Okay, isn't that a pretty background? All right, the next thing we're gonna do is, I can take this sheet away that's kind of gummed up, and now we're gonna build some greenery. So, oh gosh, where did I put this? Here's my silicone mat, and oh gosh, I forgot to clean this off, but this stuff is so easy to clean. This glue just wipes off. Because again, we're gonna be doing a lot of gluing, but I don't wanna mess up my mat underneath. So, we are gonna start with this die, and I did it in the Just Jade, and this is going to be our bottom layer. So we'll just kind of lay it like that. Isn't that a pretty shade, by the way? I want to show you one more time, comparing to all of our other greens that are used. It's just kind of a nice green that we didn't have before. It's in between these two darker ones, but it's so pretty. My ink should be here today or tomorrow. I did rush shipping on that. I just can't wait for it. So the first one is done in Just Jade. Then the next one we're going to do is Garden Green, and we're just going to take a little bit of the liquid glue and put just towards the bottom, and I'll tell you why in just a second, because we don't want the whole thing glued up. Now we're just going to layer it kind of in between, kind of about the same height, maybe a little bit taller, like this. Whoops, I got to put it on top so it grabs the glue like that. All right, so they're kind of glued together here, but not too much. Now we're going to take 3 of these, and this is Pretty Peacock. It's a real, almost like a tealish, and we only need 3 of them. I guess I cut extra. You can tell I'm going to be doing a lot of die cutting for my classes, because look at how many frame woods it uses for this. Okay, let's put one about right here. And then the next one, I want to make it look kind of a little bit more straight. So I'm just going to move it at the bottom so it looks like it's straight. About like that. And then 1/3 one, and remember, just flip them upside down if you want them to curve the other way. I don't know if I ever told you, green and yellow are my favorite colors, so this one, of course, grabbed me because I like green. And don't make them exact, like bing, bing, bing. Oh, you know what? One other thing, I do want you to spread them out a little bit, though, because remember the mouth of the jar is a little bit wider, so you can go wide and not skinny like a regular vase. All right, so that's all we have to do to build that. Isn't that pretty all together? Now we're just going to pick up the whole thing, and this is when you're going to be glad that you have that this mat. I always forget what it's called. Our silicone mat. And now we're going to bring it over to the card, and again, just stick some liquid glue on the back. You don't need dimensionals on that part. And we're going to put it right about, actually, probably right about here. I'm looking at my other card that I've done to see how I did for the placement of this. All right, now I took the paper that is called Flowers for Every Season, and this is the one I chose. I chose the jade again because I want it to coordinate, but look at all the colors in this pack. I have to put it in a, it doesn't look as nice in this thing, but I use it all the time and I don't want to mark it up with my inky fingers, so let me pull it out here so you don't have to see that part. But isn't that pretty, all these? I mean, there's so many colors you can use. I could have done a different color. The bumblebee would have been pretty, but I chose this one. So Flowers for Every Season is the DSP. All right, now we're just gonna punch one of these out. And then we're gonna stick some dimensionals on the back of here. And I put 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, don't forget to write your favorite bundle on the comments, because I'm just curious to see, and maybe if I have what you like, I'll do some more projects using those. All right, now we're just gonna put this on. Oh, you know what? Something I forgot to do. A couple of these are gonna stick out the sides, like this one. Oh gosh, of course, that one has glue under it. So let's see if we can lift it up a little bit. Yep, that's easy to do. That's why this tool is easy. We're gonna snip that because we do not need a leaf coming out of the side of the jar. And let's see, a couple of these too. Oh, gotta love Facebook Lives. Then you can see that this is reality. This is also one of the reasons you don't want to stick all of them down, because you want to be able to trim off these ones that are kind of coming out the side. One more. Let's lift that up and just, I'm gonna have to kind of maneuver this. Just snip that off. All right, there we go. I forgot to do that before. You know what? I think I snipped these 2 bottom branches off, but I think we can get by with that. I'll show you on the real one, but if you want, you could cut these bottom ones off. But I think they are gonna fit in the jar, so either way, the more the merrier. All right, then we have this new ribbon. Oh my goodness, isn't this pretty? It's part of the Flowers for Every Season, but it's it almost feels like gauze that you put on a wound. You know what? It is that easy to work with. It's just very thin, but it has that waffle, kind of like that waffle weave or whatever. I'm gonna find the official name of it. Let me go to my ribbon section, and it is called the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack. So you get this plus a pretty gold in it. So I already tied the bow, and I'm gonna get my glue dots, and I'm gonna put a glue dot right on the side of this. Just needs a little bit of something here. And then we're gonna add a sentiment. There. Now, I did use, I did a couple examples. I just took the 2 that were in the Forever Fern stamp set, and I want to see which one you like the most. First, I want to show you how I cut my little banner side. So the left side, I just kind of cut close to the word. And then the other one, I leave maybe an extra 1/4 of an inch like that to make room for the banner. And then just snip it up the middle. This way they're even. And then corner to middle and corner to middle. All right. Then you can stick it on the front. Now the 2 options, you can do this, and I would put it right here. Well, actually, let me do this one, and then my other example has the hello, and then see which one you like best. Or maybe you need a birthday, just pull something from another set you have, but I wanted to just show that you can get by with getting this stamp set, because there are nice sentiments in it. And just kind of line it up on the bottom. So, isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love that. And really, that's the only stamping I did. It's all die cuts. Okay, here's the other one I did, and this one has the hello at the bottom. So it's really just your preference. I do need a birthday card, so I might make one more and just show you that. But I want to show you what the white one looked like and tell me what you think. See the white one? I don't know. I just prefer, well, it doesn't have the bow on and stuff, but I just prefer the very vanilla one. All right, that's all I have for you today. But remember, this project, if you order from me, you're gonna get the pieces to make that. And look at, you don't really need much else except one little sentiment down here. So this is gonna be an easy kit for you in the mail. So just any $35 order between now and June 10th, which is next Wednesday, and you'll get that along with 2 other kits to make the cards for this month. Creative You. Now remember, this stands alone. If you order my jars of flour, that's a separate order. That's for that club alone, or that class alone, because you get a lot of goodies and it's already discounted. But this one is just for general orders. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked my project today. And I will put my links on my blog and my Facebook page, and hope to see you again, hopefully next Tuesday. I'm shooting for Tuesdays and Fridays for my FaceTime Live. All right. Oh, this was really off kilter. I hope that you still got to see it. And there's the host code. Thanks again, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.